So this is for all the moms who have young adult kids. 23 years ago, I became a mom. Nobody ever tells you how hard it's going to be when your kids grow up. They're not in your life, or if they are in your life, they're young adults who are disrespectful and just don't feel appreciated or valued. I feel like I was a good mom and did everything I can to show my kids I loved them. Why does this generation of kids just turn their back on their parent? Just so much entitlement these days, and it's just so flippin' heartbreaking. Like, it was so much easier when the kids were little. I love my kids, but why is it this hard? Where's the respect at for parents and appreciation for all they've done for you your entire life? Like, I don't get it.
Let's have a little chat about this topic, because I talk a lot about narcissism, and even though I cannot diagnose people, there are traits that are very clearly in line with narcissistic personality disorder. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that parents can be huge narcissists, and that seems to be a really big problem with a lot of the boomer generation. Like, y'all didn't raise us, you ditched us with our grandparents, and now that you have older kids and grandkids, you're like, I don't want anything to do with you unless it's on exactly my terms. And then you sit there and wonder, why don't my adult children want anything to do with me? Why was it so much easier when these kids were younger? Well, there's actually a reason for that, and again, that aligns with narcissistic personality disorder. There's this thing that is commonly known as a Disneyland dad. And that's somebody who has narcissistic tendencies that love these children when they're young and compliant, and they worship the ground you walk on, and you can take the cute selfies at Disney World and be this great dad without really having to put in a ton of emotional effort. And even though that's called a Disneyland dad, it can certainly be a mother too. Now, what happens is these kids hit about 11 to 13 and they start becoming more independent. They start focusing more on their peer group rather than their parents, and their parents take that as a personal slight, a narcissistic injury. And so now, even though growing up and becoming independent is something that is natural, you have these parents who are upset about it, and they are taking it as a personal attack. And instead of trying to evolve your relationship with your children and keep relating to them and be relevant to their lives, a lot of these parents are just like, well, I did everything I could for you, and now you're doing nothing to do for me. Like, I'm sorry, you do realize that your children weren't born to fill a void in your life, right? Like, we did not ask to be born. It is on you to be a decent human being if you want a relationship with people. So stop holding the fact that you wanted to be a parent against your children. That's not their responsibility or obligation that you needed something to fill you up. If you are that empty and shallow of a human being, that's on you. Go volunteer somewhere. But just because you gave somebody your time and effort, and this is somebody that you made and you are obligated to, it doesn't work the other way around. They are not obligated to you. You are obligated to them. You made them. So just because you're bored now or hurt now that they aren't being your perfect little puppet, that does not give you the excuse to be upset about it. You created this mess. You can try to fix it, try to work on yourself, but you won't. You just want to blame them. And then go, oh, boo-hoo, my kids don't like me and my grandkids don't get to see me, even though I don't want to watch them or really have a good relationship. Do better and get out of your own way, or stop whining about it, because I'm part of an entire generation of millennials that are in therapy because of the crap you guys did as parents. And not only did you do it to us, but then you blame us for your behavior.